They faded away when the going got tough, leaving him to navigate the darkness alone. The dreams he once held so close to his heart, the vibrant visions of a better future, slowly turned to dust. They crumbled before his very eyes, leaving a bitter taste of disappointment. The silence would be deafening, amplifying the echoes of his failures. He'd stare at the blank ceiling, a canvas for his spiraling thoughts, and a single, heavy question would hang in the air. A question he'd ask the universe, God, or anyone who might be listening. Why me? Why does life choose me for this kind of pain? What did I do to deserve this constant struggle? He lost 2 lives more times than he could possibly count. The tally was overwhelmingly in life's favor. He lost battles he fought with every ounce of his being, with all his heart and soul poured into the fight. He lost people he thought would be by his side forever, pillars of his life that crumbled and left him standing in the wreckage. And with each loss, he lost pieces of himself, his innocence, his trust, his laughter pieces he knew he could never get back. They were gone, casualties of a war he felt he was destined to lose. But amidst all the loss, all the pain, all the despair, there was one thing he refused to lose. One thing he clung to with a desperate, fierce grip. It was his search for meaning, his quest, his justijo, his unwavering drive. The inner fire that flickered stubbornly in the face of the hurricane. It was the one part of him that life couldn't touch, couldn't extinguish. So every morning, even when his eyes were swollen from a sleepless night of crying, even when his heart felt like it was physically bleeding inside his chest, he stood up. He forced his weary body out of bed, planted his feet firmly on the ground, and he showed up. He forced his weary body out of bed, planted his feet firmly on the ground, and he showed up. He faced the day. He tried again and again, not because he was naive, not because he expected life to suddenly have a change of heart and become fair. Had learned long ago that fairness was a luxury not afforded to everyone. No, he kept going because he believed in one simple, powerful truth, a mantra he repeated to himself like a prayer. As long as I'm breathing, as long as there is air in my lungs, I still have a chance to change things, a chance to find a different path, a chance to be more than his pain, a chance to win, just once. And that singular belief, that stubborn refusal to surrender, it saved him. It wasn't a sudden cinematic rescue. There was no dramatic moment where the clouds parted and a divine light shone down. It was a slow, quiet, almost imperceptible process. It was like the sunrise after the longest, darkest night, patiently finding its way through the thickest, most impenetrable clouds, one gentle ray at a time. He started rebuilding his life, not from the outside in, but from the inside out. He built himself back up, piece by painful piece. He gathered the broken fragments of his spirit and started to glue them together, creating a mosaic more beautiful and resilient than the original. He learned to live with his pain instead of constantly running from it. He understood that pain was a part of his story, a testament to his survival, not a mark of his failure. He let it sit beside him, acknowledging its presence without letting it consume him. In the crushing weight of loneliness, he discovered an unexpected strength. He learned to be his own best friend, his own source of comfort. In the small, almost insignificant victories like getting out of bed, or making a meal, or taking a walk, he found a wellspring of hope. Each tiny step forward was a monumental achievement, a defiance against the odds. And in every one of those steps, he found courage. The courage to take the next one. He lost to life many times. That was a fact he couldn't change. The scars were there, a roadmap of his journey. But he never, ever lost himself. He never lost his fight. He never lost his hunger to become better, stronger, wiser. And then one day, after countless sunrises and relentless effort, something shifted. Life, that formidable opponent, that unyielding force, finally seemed to bow to his persistence. It was as if the universe finally recognized the indomitable spirit of the man who refused to break. 'Cause in the end, the ultimate truth is this. Life doesn't belong to the strongest or the luckiest or the most privileged. It belongs to the ones who refuse to stop searching. It belongs to the ones who, no matter how many times they are knocked down, find a reason to stand back up. It belongs to the fighters, the dreamers, the believers, who understand that as long as they are breathing, they still have a chance. And that chance is everything. Thank you for being here with us at the Silent Heart channel. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Your presence here means the world. Remember to keep searching, keep fighting, and never lose your inner fire. We'll see you in the next one.